Welcome to the 2018 Open House Show here live at K-Bev. I am Noah Danesh, your host, here with Mr. Stiles.
And I'm Dusty Stiles, and I've been here since 1970, and I'm finally getting to do open house again.
And this is a very special open house. It is the 50th anniversary since the founding of K-Bev. K-Bev started back in 1968.
1968, K-Bev was actually called Information Retrieval.
Correct.
This building, what we call now the new building, which is 50 years old, was still being completed. The video and audio area was a bungalow on the front lawn, where the front lawn still is, and people at the various elementary schools were able to dial in on a telephone dial with headphones, with handsets, video and audio programs that were run from this area.
That is amazing. So this is going to be another great show we have here. What can we look forward to today, Mr. Stiles, here at Open House?
Oh, man, you know, there's so many things going on. Second floor patio is full of clubs. Third floor patio is full of clubs. Teachers are in their classrooms all over the building, second floor, third floor. There has been an event. There has been a kind of an assembly down at in the EDC patio.
Correct.
Everybody's all over the building, and if you hadn't thought about coming tonight because it's just open house, it's open house, and you get a chance to talk to people in all kinds of departments, in all kinds of clubs. If you want to know about any what's going on, now's the time to do it. This is where you get the information.
Exactly, and there are so many different programs here that are showcasing their best. Of course, we have K-Bev right here. Make sure you can come on right in, check out. You can come right next to the studio, see us live in person. We have robotics, which is showcasing their robot on the third floor patio.
Yep.
And Culinary, which is going to be cooking some amazing food. You can check that out.
That's good.
So before we wrap it up and send it on to the rest of Open House, we want to tell you what you're looking forward to. First, you're going to have a Rate My Teachers segment. Which is going to be for sure really exciting.
That'll be fun. Yep.
And you know, we're going to have interviews throughout with all the incoming 9th graders. You're going to be checking out all the clubs, seeing the best of Beverly.
Yep.
And of course, this is the KBEV Retrospective. We're going to be looking back at the past 50 years here we've had, and the best shows we've had, the best things we've had to share with you
And
guys.
there are a lot of them.
Definitely.
A lot
so
of
many
good
moments.
clips.
And I have to say, a lot of them involve you, Mr. Stiles, so I'm excited to see some of those.
Yeah, it's fun to, it's interesting that some of that stuff has survived over the years. When we were recording on 1-inch tape and then transferring to VHS, sometimes the VHS is the only copy that's left, and you have to digitize that, and by golly, it's still in color. Holy mackerel.
So we've digitized a lot of that footage where you guys will be able to see right here today, and we'll have some analysis on it, because Mr. Stiles was right there when it was all happening. So it's going to be an amazing night.
It's going to be an amazing night.
Amazing night. So they are telling me to wrap it up right now. So we're going to be sending it to Noel and Leo, who are outside at the front of K-Bev. We're going to see. Let's go to Noel and Leo.
Hello, Normans. Welcome to the 50th anniversary of K-Bev. I'm Noel Trost.
And I'm Leo Padilla. All night we will be conducting interviews out here in the hallway.
And catching middle schoolers' reactions to their new high school.
With that, we'll send it to Alana.
Hi, my name is Alana Morgan, your junior teen, Nevada, United States, as well as a freshman here at Beverly Hills High School. Today we are on the second floor patio of the 2018 open house for BHHS. This is super exciting for the incoming freshmen coming in and seeing what they love about Beverly Hills High School and seeing what they're most excited for. Also, it's super exciting to be able to interview the different directors of multiple clubs, as we'll be able to understand what Beverly Hills High School is all about. We'll be doing interviews with several freshmen as well as several club directors. So make sure you tune in for all of the new things that will be happening at the 2018 open house and all of the things that will be going on within our school. Our school is a great place to be, and it's a great place to have fun and represent K-Bev as one. Once again, my name is Alana Morgan, and thank you everyone, and now we will be sending it to Noah and Stiles.
And we're back here. You'll notice I'm still old-fashioned. I'm still making notes all my way through, so in case I don't, so I can continue to remember what I'm supposed to remember and do in this.
Well, you're as sharp as a cucumber, Mr. Stiles.
A cucumber, that's good.
You are sharp. The terms that we like to use here.
Yep.
So that was Alana for you. She's going to be on the second floor patio talking with so many of the amazing people that are here today that you can check out. And again, you can come on right by. We're going to be here for another couple hours.
Yeah.
Don't miss it. Make sure you come by right now. It's going to be a really exciting night.
It'll be cool.
So now we're going to go to a very special segment, one of our favorites here tonight. It's called Rate My Teacher. So it's basically the teachers are going to be reading some of the best captions from the Rate My Teachers. So let's take a look at how that is.
Here we go.
She's kind of crazy sometimes, but she really is very smart and nice. She can sometimes be strict, but that's because she has to be.
Yeah, he's nice, and yeah, he's helpful, but AP Euro was one of the hardest classes I've ever taken. His lectures are boring, okay, and his tests are unbelievably hard. Just take a look at the textbook for this class, and you'll see how much you're gonna have to read. And at the end of all the reading, ends up not helping at all. Genius, you gotta read and you gotta comprehend. I can't help you on that one.
I could not ask for a better teacher. He is very easy to talk to and is extremely helpful and wise. Well, obviously this student took note. I mean, you're not gonna arrive at this clarity unless you've had the experience.
I love this class. I used to hate math, but I don't anymore because of her. Really? I probably didn't do my job. You're supposed to hate me and the class.
Mr. V is really cool, but sometimes he can snap at you. Just keep your mouth shut and do your homework.
A great teacher who wants to make learning fun. The only thing I didn't like were the plant reports. Oh man, the plant reports are like the best thing in the whole class. You know, we're trying to do this whole thing about trying to get people to understand where your food comes from. It's not just Ralph's or Vaughn's or, you know, grassroots, literally.
Mr. Carey is the bomb. I am the bomb.
Worst teacher I have ever had. Her class is absolutely dreadful, and she always tries to give these soul-searching, inspirational speeches that everyone laughs about after. I despise her with a passion. I'm so sorry I tried to inspire that student, but at least they got to laugh about it afterwards.
All right, AP Euro, hard class, all caps, okay? Not for people with a life, okay? His spelling mistake, cool guy, cool with a K, okay? But that doesn't make him a better teacher. Hard-working teach, but lectures not help on tests. Tests are harder than college tests, that's all cap too. Yeah, you gotta work on the English skills, buddy, then I'll take it seriously.
He's the coolest teacher. I am cool. Just the way I deliver my lines is cool. I'm like a stream. I'm the opposite of fire. You get twice as much with ice than you do with fire.
Excellent teacher. I think I wrote that one. I think that was actually mine. I think I wrote that one.
Mr. Carey is the real deal. By far my favorite reason to go to school. What better compliment could you possibly come up with? The reason for going to school. I mean, it's not bad. You know, once you're sentenced to like a 13-year sentence, you actually have a reason to be imprisoned and feel good about it. I mean, I gotta take that as like that's an Academy Award for me.
Smart, but not stable.
Okay, this is the final one. It says, I came into Professor Carey's class wanting to learn how to handle a camera. I came out having learned that and how to fit a whole ripe cantaloupe into a water bottle. That sums up my teachings.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we are with Alexa, a junior here at Beverly Hills High School. So tell us, what are you representing today at the 2018 open house?
Today I'm a representative of Norman Aid. I'm one of the peer counselors there.
So why did you want to be involved in Norman Aid?
So I'm really passionate about mental health and just helping out other people. And at Norman Aid we have a bunch of counselors that like to help students and talk about anything that's going on. And I just help there. I help plan events and all that stuff.
So when you came in as a freshman, did you expect to be going to Norman Aid, or did you expect to be enrolled in mini clubs like this?
Not too much, because I felt like I would be too busy with like school and my academics, but over time I've learned to like love all these different types of things.
And do you really feel that Norman Aid has really helped a lot of students here at Beverly Hills High School?
Yeah, of course. I've seen students come in for all types of things, and I've heard it's been an amazing experience.
And what would you say to the freshmen here at today's open house? What advice would you give them since you're a junior here?
Just focus on yourself, do what's best for yourself. Come to Norman Aid because it's not embarrassing, it's not a bad thing. We just want to help you with anything that's going on.
Thank you so much, Alexa. Now let's send it to Jake.
They're putting it online.
No, how?
It's on
YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah, on the YouTube.
Then we can download it. We can download it and put it up. Like,
and then burn it.
Oh, we're live. Okay, Jake.
Thanks, Alana. My name's Jake Robanian. Alongside me is Gabby Tabibian, Jake Cortez, Hannah, and Jordan Hunt.
Hi.
And
my name is Nilu.
And Nilu
Farkhalili.
Nilu Farhanini.
I am the founder of Bianca Foundation.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more? What is the Bianca Foundation? What does it mean?
Bianca Foundation, I create this after I lost my daughter before her graduation. She was 17, and this is her calling. She always wanted to create a better environment for the kids. So what I came about Bianca Foundation is dedicated to educate and empower our team by providing them the right tool to become confident and become successful in all area of their life. Mm-hmm. So we all know that teens have a lot of challenges in their life. Peer pressure, bullying, conflict with parents, sibling, friend, peer rejection, pressure of school, test, homework, too high expectation, extracurricular activity, and drug, sex, alcohol, and all of that, depression, anger. So what our foundation wants to create is to have this classroom for them for them to learn how to overcome their challenges in their life. If I may ask Hannah, for example, what challenges you might have in your life?
Well, I think maybe some challenges could be that there's so much work that we have to do for each class, and schoolwork and stuff like that.
Schoolwork. And how do you cope with that? Like, if you're
overstressed,
overwhelmed, how do you know what to do?
With the Bianca Foundation, it gives you tools to help study.
How about you?
I feel like, talking to my parents about problems is really difficult because, they don't seem very approachable, I guess. So, the Bianca Foundation could really help me and other people like me with that.
What would be your challenges beside
peer
parenting?
pressure, bullying.
Beside parenting.
Talking about school and just, when I'm stressed or I'm, feeling down or, not...
You feel like you need to have someone to talk to.
Yes,
but you
exactly.
Don't know how.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And how about Jacob?
So, I think, biggest problem with me is definitely, the load work that school gives. And it's just, there's not much you can do about it because the teachers aren't very, understanding of, people's lives outside of school.
Agreed.
But, I think the Bianca Foundation is good because of the confidence it gives to the kids because, there's not that many kids here who have, confidence, so it's really hard to, talk to their teachers and talk to other people, especially, incoming 9th graders. So, that would be really hard for them, but this is, it's good because it'll help them.
Thank you. Why do you think it's more challenging for 9th grader?
Well, I mean, it's a new environment. There's, new people, so...
New school.
Yeah.
All right. How about Gabrielle?
I think there's a lot of difficulty just...
what is your challenges? You know,
Honestly, my challenge, I feel pretty confident myself, but I feel like it's very hard to deal with people that are depressed. And just walking around the school, I see a lot of depressed people, and it affects me because it makes me sad, obviously. And there's just so many unconfident people, and it's hard to deal with them. It's very hard to deal with them. And I just wish that in class they would actually teach people how to believe in themselves. You know, nobody can believe in themselves anymore.
Gabi, that's very inspiring how you say that. Nilu, I just wanted to let you know that this whole Bianca Foundation, the story behind it, is very inspirational. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but now let's send it to Noah and Stiles.
maybe next time we can talk about it.
I will.
Perfect. So that
Yes,
was a interview with the Bianca Foundation, a really amazing club. That they have
Amazing
here.
club, yeah, it's quite something. It's very interesting. I hadn't seen this clip before. Works out really well. You know, we were just saying, if you see little stumbles in the program tonight, that's just us fumbling around, trying to get it right. And we figure after the end of 2.5 hours, we'll finally have it down, so you can watch us learning as we go.
Exactly. You are seeing the process right here. I think that's really emblematic of what we do here at K-Bev.
Yep.
You see the process throughout the time. Part of school is just, you know, learning, taking those 4 years in high school to developing into the person that you really want to be.
Yeah, I used to tell the kids, especially in here, this is where you make the mistakes. This is where if you're gonna stumble here because it's safe here. Once you get out in a wider area, you want to have everything covered.
Yeah.
We actually had a couple of students graduate from here in media and go up to Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara, and in effect step into their television program and start running things right away because they had already done most of what the instruction was there.
And they already made all the mistakes, because everything you do, you're always going to have mistakes. They were able to learn from their mistakes and get to where they needed to be.
Yeah, and at the time, I used to do formatted shows on purpose, so that anytime where you in the show, you knew what was supposed to happen, and if it didn't, you discovered how to fix it.
Yeah, it's a very important skill to have around here.
I thought so.
So, and then to talk a little bit more about our setup here today, which is that we are pushing the boundaries, which again causes mistakes, but it's all part of it. We have a camera on the second floor patio. We have one right outside of K-Bev. We have so many cameras going on right here. We're utilizing 2 of our studios here, both studios we have up here in K-Bev. It's a really amazing feat.
It's mind-boggling if you imagine it with all the wires and stuff running around, that anything works at all. And by golly, most of it works.
Definitely.
So we're in pretty good shape that way.
And throughout the night, you'll also be seeing some more of behind the scenes. You'll be seeing the directors, all of them. There's so many people working behind the camera today that you don't get to see, but that really make this production come to your eyes.
Yep. It's possible, just possible. They might be able to give us a list of people so we can run them off, but they'll probably be on the credits. So hang around after the show to read all the credits. You know, I do that when I'm watching movies. I'm watching movies. I actually read all the credits sitting at home on the the DVD, because I want to find out where stuff was filmed.
It's an amazing thing. You know, you get to see the full behind the scenes in that credits. And before we move to the next segment, I also want to say that you're watching this program, if you're watching it on Channel 6 or online on YouTube, we have so many new ways of viewing our platform. This year we just developed our KBEV 6.
We're on our phones.
We're watching it live right now. We are watching ourselves right now. We developed this year KBEV6.com by one of our very talented engineers, Arian Tabibian. He developed KBEV6.com. You can learn about all the shows that we're doing. You can learn about everything we're doing live. You can watch our live stream on Open House right there at KBEV6. You can take a look. There's amazing drone footage on there, so make sure to check that out. It's an amazing website. So we're now going to send it to Noelle and Leo. They have an amazing interview for us.
Hey everyone, we are here with Estella, a junior. Estella, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
And Estella, what are you doing tonight?
So, as a part of ASB, I'm leading student tours for all the incoming freshmen that are here at the high school tonight.
And how long have you been doing this for?
So, I've been in ASB for 2 years now, and each year I've gotten the chance to give student tours. And because I love the high school so much, it's a great way to help out these incoming freshmen who don't know where they're going, which is great.
And what's the hardest part about giving these tours?
Often, some of the people will wander off, and so it's kind of sad when they leave the group, obviously, but just kind of keeping everyone together, I think. think is probably the
And what would you say is your favorite part of the job?
So I have a lot of spirit and love for this school, and so the best part is definitely just getting all these students excited to be at the high school and just excited for the next 4 years of their lives.
And have you ever, as a freshman, gotten lost in this school?
Absolutely. So when the rest of the school was not under construction, there were a lot more ways to get lost, and definitely there were some hallways where I'd walk down them trying to get to a classroom quickly and was just absolutely lost. So hopefully with these tours, they won't be lost.
All right, well, thank you so much, Estelle. We'll go ahead and let you get back to work.
Great.
Let's send it back to Noah and Taylor.
So we are here with Coach Taylor. Coach Taylor, how long have you been here at the high school?
Well, this is 30 years.
30 years.
30 years, yeah. Lots of things have changed, and it's been fun.
And what have been your major positions here over the past 30 years?
Well, besides being principal and just being in charge of everybody, I haven't done that, but I've been a teacher, I've been a teacher on special assignment, I've been union president, I've been a bits of support provider, I've been coach football, baseball, basketball, lacrosse. I taught PE at BV for 4 long years. BV, good times. And I taught at Horseman. I taught PE at Horseman. The only school I taught at Marino. Oh my God, que lástima. I have, the only school I did not teach at was El Rodeo and Hawthorne. Yeah.
What has been the biggest change? Because the whole theme of open house this year is KBEV Retrospective. We're looking back at the past 50 years of KBEV, the past 50 years.
In reverse?
In reverse, of course.
Okay.
So what has been the biggest change in your view?
In my view, about KBEV?
About the whole school. And I guess if you want to look at KBEV,
I could look at KBEV because me and Mr. V used to do a This Day in History. We'd do 1 minute. We'd come in here at nutrition, and then Mr. Stiles would put it on the same date.
Oh, that's amazing.
So we would, we did 215 episodes.
Wow, so 215 episodes.
Yeah, and nobody can seem to ask him about flipping off Trump. Hey, wait, who's this?
Oh, so there's a monitor. We have the control. So we're getting a message. So
this is new. This is new. KBEV, this is new. They didn't have this. Teleprompter they didn't have when me and Mr. V were doing This Day.
Yeah. So for everyone at home that doesn't understand right now, we're pointing at the camera. There's a teleprompter here that we're looking at. So we want to talk to you about flipping off Trump. If I'm not too certain about what this means.
Yeah, that's it appears it's a typo. I don't know really much about it other than, when Trump was here, the motorcade up on Mulholland was blocked off, and then I decided to tell Donald that hashtag he's #1. And so I was interviewed by NPR. NPR, yeah. They caught me coming out of the bushes, and they say, what were you doing? And I was like, I was giving our president the good salute, and so that was interesting. That was fun.
Was there any consequences to what you did there?
No, there was because of First Amendment rights.
Of course, free speech.
Free speech, and when you do hashtag, you're #1, there's nothing wrong with that.
You're promoting government.
I am enjoying and experiencing our democracy in its finest, and that motorcade represented that. Definitely. And it was good that I was able to see that. Thank you for
bringing that up.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. The retrospective, though, let's get back to that.
Let's get back to that.
Cheese and rice, that's what you were asking me about.
Definitely.
Que lástima, polo paneer.
Definitely.
My Farsi's gotten better over there.
Better.
You noticed that? You noticed that over the past 30 years, yes. I know a lot more words than that. We'll save that for another time.
Perfect.
Because this is live to tape, so we can't edit it.
Yeah.
But looking back, the school has changed. When I first started, there was, I don't know, almost 2,500, 2,600 students that were here.
And now we're down to 1,400.
And now we're down to 1,400, so that's a big difference. And then all the other obvious changes that we all know about, the physical, the buildings, and all the administrators and all the teachers.
There's been a lot of changes over the past.
There's been a lot of changes, and so when you think back to 30 years, what were you doing 30 years ago?
Well, 30 years ago, hard to think back that far.
Really? How far back can you go?
I can go back 18 years at the
18 years. So who was president then, young man?
That would be 18 years ago. It was Bill Clinton.
Nice. So you were born during the Clinton era. So I taught Monica Lewinsky when she was a junior here.
Actually, she went to Beverly.
She was in Beverly. She was in my U.S. history class, and she was. I love you too. She was great student.
This is real.
And
This is real. She was actually.
this is
at
for
the
real,
school.
yeah. She was here for a semester, yeah. Monica Lewinsky. And then she went to Bel Air Prep, and then she went on to the White House, and then we know the rest of that story. Yeah, yeah.
So you witnessed a lot here at the high school. What would you say was probably the biggest one thing that you've witnessed that you'd like everyone to remember, that you'd like to live on in tape?
That would be live on in tape. Well, we had the strike in 1989.
At
that
the high
was
school?
at the high school. Well, the whole district, but we had a strike at the high school for 3 weeks. So that was
Teachers did not come to
teachers.
school?
We picketed outside in front of the school,
Wow.
and the cops would hold us back, you know, and we would got to meet all the cops. Then we go over to Roxbury Park, and we'd have you know, Tadik and douche.
Definitely amazing.
Amazing. But the community would feed us over at Roxbury Park.
Wow.
It was pretty cool.
That is really
but
exciting.
it was. But we lost 3 weeks of pay, and
You lost it. Oh,
and unfortunately, didn't
work
didn't
out.
really. The strike wasn't as effective as we would have liked, but nonetheless, the kids still.
Did they go to school during those?
Well,
3
they
weeks? What was
had
happening?
substitute teachers, and there wasn't much school going
wasn't
on,
much
so it
going
was
on.
kind of like a 3-week vacation
That's nice
for a
for
lot
them.
of people, but not for the
nice for them.
teachers. But we still came, but we just didn't get paid. So that was one thing. But you know, just the overall. You know, when I started here, I was 26 years old. You know,
Wow.
26 years old, and I was like one of the youngest people. You know, and I was overwhelmed. You know, Beverly Hills. You know,
I would imagine.
it's pretty sick. You know, it's lit. It's fire. You know, we
it's a
didn't
lot of
say
stuff
that in 1988, but it was.
Yeah.
That's where lit and fire came from.
Those terms.
Was the description of Beverly Hills High School in 1988.
Wow.
The origins of that.
You
Yeah.
heard it here
Yeah.
first. You
Who
heard it
knew?
here
Who knew?
first.
So it was amazing.
That's it. My final question
Yes.
before we finish it up. What has been the best change over the past 30 years?
The best change would be, wow, the best change.
The thing that's brought the most.
Well, the thing that's, okay,
positivity.
and we can't necessarily say it's positive, but the technology, you know, the ability for us to just Google anything, you know, it's kind of made history teachers obsolete, you know what I mean? Because what do you need me for HQ, you know? I mean, that's about it. I mean, otherwise you just Google.
Well, no, I mean, teachers are very important. But
Yeah, they
of
are
course.
important, but
course.
it's the technology and the ability to access information
Definitely.
has been a big change, and I think K-Bev has embraced that too. Look at this monitor.
Monitor that's right in front
Oh
of us.
my God!
That again, no one understands that can see, but yes, we see.
We
that.
keep talking about it.
Yeah.
But that's been the greatest thing, and thanks for the interview.
And that bell means we're done. So
And I
thank
appreciate
you so
you.
much. Thank you. Now on to the next program.
All right, take care, people.
Welcome back. Today we are here with Kayla Normand, a junior here at Beverly Hills High School. So Kayla, what are you representing at the open house tonight?
I'm representing DECA today.
So what is DECA about if some freshmen didn't know and wanted to join it?
All right, well, DECA is a business club primarily. We have 5 different sections, so entrepreneurship, marketing, finance, business management, and Alana, what's the 5th one?
Hospitality?
Oh, and hospitality, there we go. Whoops. DECA not only teaches you business, but also life skills, so how to network, how to dress, just different elements of professionalism. It's really fun. Our advisor, Mr. Johnson, is fantastic, and you should definitely join DECA.
So when you first came to the high school, did you think about joining DECA? Like, what made you think of DECA to join? What showed you DECA was the right club to be involved with?
I'd wanted to join DECA since freshman year, but I didn't actually join until this year because of other clubs and so many other extracurriculars going on. I wish I did join it freshman year because I've learned so much from DECA, and I've been able to have so many different opportunities through networking night and just coming to see different guest speakers and everything else going on.
So what is it like competing in DECA? What is it like when you're able to represent something so amazing, represent our school, and represent everything and be able to go to the nationals level?
Competing was definitely really fun. It was like I said, it was my first year in DECA, so it was really amazing. You get to go, for district, we went to Anaheim, and you get to see all the different Southern California schools. You get to meet all these different people and see how they learn DECA differently and similarly to how we do. And then state is even bigger. We have all the schools in California, which I think was really awesome because we got to meet people from Northern California, Southern California, Middle California, and just all of it.
And so for the freshmen who want to be involved in DECA, where can they go sign up for this amazing club?
Okay, we are in that back corner over there. if you find any DECA member in the hallway, like if you see me in the hallway, we'd love to add you to our list. Club day next year at the beginning of the year, you should definitely come see us. We should be easy to find. We're usually pretty easy to find. And you can always stop by 285, so definitely come check us out.
And what would you say to the freshmen here tonight? I know they have some nerves and they're scared. What would you say to them to calm them down?
It's gonna be great. Let's be real. I love freshman year. It was kind of scary, like you kind of are getting used to everything, but it's really fantastic. So honestly, go for whatever you can. You're gonna love it.
Great, thank you so much, Kayla. Now let's send it to the alumni of USC.
What's right about Beverly is the friendly community that the school has built. What's right about Beverly is we have a lot of great teachers who really care about the students and they really work hard to make sure that we get a good education.
What's great about Beverly is their computer science program.
What's right about Beverly is the great opportunities that are available to the students.
What's right about Beverly is the idiotic group of seniors that bring huge speakers to school and blast it around the school, annoying everyone.
What I like best about Beverly is spending time with my friends.
What's right about Beverly is our caring and encouraging teachers.
The right way in Beverly Hills High School was for the security to protect the property from other trespassers entering campus.
What's right about Beverly is K-Bev.
What I like about Beverly is the basketball program.
What I like about Beverly is the security guards.
What's right about Beverly is just Carey. That's it.
What I like about Beverly is the K-Bev class.
What I like about Beverly is K-Bev.
When I think of Beverly, I think of all the opportunities kids have. Here, you can find your true passion in whatever class you want to take.
My favorite thing about Beverly Hills High School has to be the teachers. They care so much about their students.
What's right about Beverly? I like how it's accepting.
What's right about Beverly is all of the entrepreneurship clubs and programs they set up for the students to become successful.
What's right about Beverly is the Norman Update.
What I like about Beverly is because it's awesome.
What's right about Beverly are the teachers here. They support their students, they help people out.
What's right about Beverly are the resources that it gives you to choose the career that you want to.
What's right about Beverly is all the amazing friends I've made here, like Zachary Galen himself.
What's right about Beverly is the new fence.
What's right about Beverly are all the friends that I get to see every day.
What's right about Beverly are the academic and extracurricular opportunities that the school has.
What's right about Beverly are the teachers that know how to follow the instructions for the safety of our school.
What's right about Beverly is K-Bev.
What's right about Beverly is Mr. Marika.
What's right about Beverly is its great theater program.
What's right about Beverly is the passion, whether it be academics, sports, extracurriculars. Beverly is unique in that each student has a passion for something.
What's right about Beverly is K-Bev Studios. I love it.
And cut. Next.
Thanks, Jake. So we are here with Mr. Joseph, the social studies teacher and head of summer school. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
And as one of the social studies teachers, how has your experience at this high school been as a teacher?
I love it here. This year I'm teaching all seniors, so economics and government. But I've been here 10 years now, and I love it here. And we have a great department in the social studies department. And I'm now moving into the role as summer school principal, and I'm really excited about that new opportunity.
What do you like about teaching here at Beverly?
Well, you know, it's about the kids. So we have a great community. We have great kids, though, and it's especially rewarding at this time of the year when we get close to graduation. These kids I've seen grow up since they were freshmen are now about to head out, and it's really rewarding.
And is there anything in specific you're looking forward to with your new summer school position?
Yeah, I've been teaching summer school for years. We have a great program, and I'm really excited about the group of teachers we have and the course offerings we have this summer. Especially for the incoming freshmen, we're offering health, which is a graduation requirement. Other classes of interest might be creative writing, and we have an honors bridge program to help get ready for honors and AP classes. And in addition to the traditional courses like the math and the history and the English classes. So yeah, I'm excited about the new role, and we have a great staff.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Joseph. You're doing some great work. Let's go ahead and throw it back.
Thanks, guys.
God, Anniversary.
Kevin Malone.
Thanks, Noel and Leo. Hey guys, once again, Jacob Urbanian here with Aaron and Maddie, both sophomores from ASB. How you guys doing tonight?
Amazing. Good, how are you?
I'm good. It's a beautiful night for KBEV. Beautiful night for open house too. So you guys are both sophomores, entering next year, junior year. Tell me, what is expected from ASB?
Well, we represent the school. We're elected by our fellow students to represent the school. So we're expected to be mature, like being,
Okay. You should expect a lot more events that are the ideas given by the student body.
Okay, and I understand that our school is a little limited now with the whole construction ordeal. But tell me, how will you guys improve with the new construction?
Well, we're trying to get through the construction, so like finding different ways to publicize our events. And some other ways we do is like having events in the second floor patio rather than the front lawn.
Okay.
But once we have the front lawn, we'll be able to have more events.
Okay. What are, as a school year begins to wind down, what are some of the new expected events that will be coming to really top the year off?
Well, we're probably gonna, do some events, saying goodbye to the seniors and welcoming the new freshmen. And
like senior breakfast, senior graduation.
Yeah.
That's what we're handling right now.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the whole senior activities, like the senior pennant party or the senior breakfast?
Yeah, it's actually one of the most fun events for the seniors. They really enjoy it. We're trying to get every senior to attend it this year, and yeah.
Okay, and unfortunately, that is all the time we have. But now let's send it to Alana, who is standing outside.
What? Oh, I thought you were singing in the K-Bev. Ready. Hi, welcome back. Today we are here with Chloe, Madison, and Michael, students here at Beverly Hills High School. They're representing ASB. So what is ASB for the students who didn't know what the club was about?
ASB is the student leadership group at Beverly. We represent the students here and we hold events both like spirit related and political.
It's an amazing class. We meet during 5th period in the village and we plan events and really focus on policy change within the district.
ASB is here to represent the student body and have to hear what they have to say and what they want to see happen, and we make that happen, and we always show support for every single student in this campus, and we're always there for everyone.
So how can other students get involved in ASB like you guys did?
So freshmen can fill out the applications that are found here on the patio. For current high school students, the application process has finished for this year, so there's always next year.
And Madison, how has ASB helped you as a person?
ASB is one of my favorite things about Beverly. It's my outlet here and I love it so much. It really gives you an opportunity to express yourself and really focus on changes that you want to implement from your day-to-day lives here.
And Michael, what have you done in ASB that has helped our school overall?
Well, for Make-A-Wish Foundation, I raised $250, and for Homecoming, I raised $150 from businesses around Beverly Hills, and I also represented my class at the Beverly Hills board meeting, and I'm always open to new ideas, and every one of my peers know that I'm open to listen to what they want to see happen, and I will take action and execute it immediately.
Great, so what will you tell the incoming freshmen here at Beverly Hills High School? They're nervous, they're stressed, they're not sure what high school is about, just like you guys. What would you guys tell them?
High school is where you learn about yourself, and there's so many ways to get involved. You should get involved early on, and high school's great.
There are so many different resources, whether you're an athlete or an actress or an actor like Alana, there's so much you can do, and whatever you're passionate about, there's definitely a club or a class that you can join to really fulfill your dreams and aspirations.
Honestly, we were at your point at one point. For me, personally, I was a freshman last year. I was a new freshman last year, and I was nervous too, just like you are, but don't worry, you'll be fine. There's a lot of clubs that you can go to based on what you like and things like that. Beverly's a really open place where you can do everything you like, and they have a lot of things to do here, so it's really great, and you'll have a really fun time. I bet.
Thank you so much, Madison, Michael, and Chloe. Now let's send it to the Trojans of SC.
From the four corners of Beverly Hills and North University Park, I'm Max Schwartz along with my fellow USC Trojans to discuss how K-Bev got us to USC.
My name is Jasmine Ganji and I graduated Beverly in 2012. I now go to USC and I can honestly say that K-Bev is one of the biggest reasons why I got in here.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Sandoval, class of 2011 at Beverly Hills High School. Being in the media department at K-Bev, you know, it really taught me a lot of things that I probably wouldn't have been able to do without it. Like, it was the first place I was really able to direct my first shows, to produce my first shows, to work alongside other guys like me and other girls like me, and we all kind of became this like family together there at the K-Bev studios.
I'm Max Schwartz, Beverly Hills High School class of 2012 and K-Bev alumni. I was in K-Bev for 3 years since my sophomore year, and I produced and host my political talk show, Let's Talk Politics, along with the Norman News my last 3 semesters. Or produced the Norman News my last 3 semesters. And K-Bev single-handedly got me to USC and where I am today studying broadcast and digital journalism and political science.
Hi, I'm Natalie Gordon. I am a current USC student and K-Bev alum. I was a former senior producer of K-Bev, of the Norman News, and of Open House. So I'm USC freshman class of 2017, and K-Bev was completely invaluable in getting me to USC.
I'm Jack Ross, and I'm part of the 2013 class from Beverly Hills High School. I first started my experience with Mr. Carey and the Norman News and all of the news and technology in my sophomore year when I first started figuring out how to produce the news. I then became the anchor my senior year, loved every minute of it, and that's what contributed to my coming to USC and becoming part of the USC Annenberg School.
My name is Daniel Dahl and I graduated from Beverly Hills High School in 2013. So K-Bev has given me so many opportunities, and that's one of the reasons I'm here today.
Sam Simino, I graduated Beverly in 2010 and now I'm graduating USC 2014.
Thanks to the help of, Professor Romeo Carey, who really encouraged us all to go out and just do it. I remember I used to think that making movies was this crazy thing, like, man, I'm gonna need a big camera, big studio, big crew, and he was always like, no, just go out and do it. And, people are doing movies with their iPhones. So, in fact, my first short film was on an iPhone, and it was premiered on K-Bev, and that's pretty much where I got my start. After then, I've just been making movies ever since.
I'm now studying broadcast journalism here at USC, and made a real connection between what I learned from Mr. Carey's class and what I am now learning here at USC. Without his time and without all of his efforts, I wouldn't be studying my journalism classes here at USC, and I have all to thank him.
It taught me so many social skills, and I learned hands-on camera skills, editing skills. It just was an overall great experience, and I recommend it to anyone that goes to Beverly. You learn so much from it, and Mr. Carey is one of the best teachers ever.
I just look around me and there's so many people from Beverly and K-Bev here, and it's just been an amazing experience to network with those people, and both have provided me so many opportunities, and I'm very grateful to Mr. Carey and Beverly and K-Bev.
K-Bev helped me a lot in life. I learned a lot about teamwork from Mr. Carey. We learned leadership skills. I learned how to work cameras, coiling, how to edit, and lighting and all that, and K-Bev was very good for me and my future.
K-Bev has done so much for me and all of my colleagues that we have an unprecedented number of Beverly Hills High School alumni, all K-Bev alumni. That's the one unifying link that have gotten into USC and are studying at the Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism and the School of Cinematic Arts. And K-Bev is like I said, the one unifying factor, because you learn so much and you actually learn how to do what you're studying here, or in part what you're studying here. And it's all thanks to our wonderful Mr. Carey, who's done a fantastic, fantastic job of getting us prepared. And he is the one, he wrote us all letters of recommendation. And people here at USC, people at Annenberg knew that K-Bev was fantastic and that people out of K-Bev are prepared.
If I didn't have the K-Bev experience of producing shows and learning about having an online presence and about media, then I would not have discovered my passion for television and media, and I wouldn't be at USC today. It is directly because of the people at K-Bev, including Mr. Carey, and the facilities there and the things that I learned there, that I was able to discover so much about who I am and about what I want to do in life and working in the film and television industry, that I'm at USC. So thank you, K-Bev, for getting me here to USC by letting me discover who I am and what I want to do with media. So thank you so much to Mr. Carey and to everyone involved in K-Bev and the people who support it and make it possible, because it is because of you guys that I am standing in front of Ptolemy Trojan right now as a USC student. So thank you.
All right, we are here with Wesley. How are you doing tonight, Wesley?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good, thank you.
And Wesley, I see that you're in ASB.
Yes.
How long have you been in ASB?
I've been in ASB since my freshman year, and really helping out plan different events and just helping out the class representing each of my grade levels.
And you're president right now, correct? Can you tell me a little bit about the responsibilities of a president?
So as junior president, it's really important to really get the opinions and the ideas of my junior class and make sure that during class when we plan any new spirit days or different events, we include their thoughts and their ideas.
And coming up on your senior year, is there anything you're looking forward to with ASB?
With ASB, I look forward to like more color wars and hopefully junior senior night. I mean, they'll have a lot of fun, especially since we had last year. Also like prom too and winter formal. So many big events coming up to plan and execute.
Wesley, we're here at Open House. There's a lot of freshmen. What's one piece of advice you give to an incoming freshman?
I think it's to make sure that to have fun, relax, and it's not always important to take a lot of hard classes because colleges do look for different extracurriculars. So grades don't always matter. Just take it easy freshman year and just keep working up.
All right, thank you so much, Wesley. Now to an interview with Mr. Mead.
We are now here with the principal, Mr. Mead. Mr. Mead, thank you so much for coming here
Absolutely.
today.
We were wondering. Thank you for running all over the building today. You're just every time we went out looking to see how things were going, there you were talking to somebody. This is your first year as principal, right? And we were wondering what you felt your biggest success was this year so far.
Well, my biggest success, I'm not sure I get to claim it, but it's still the biggest success, which is the success of our kids. And I'm going to list a few, and it really is just a few. If you look at athletics, I mean, our girls' basketball team, absolutely remarkable. Our boys' water polo team had an amazing season, exceeded expectations. Baseball right now just beat Samo. Go baseball, nice job. I'm looking at our young wrestling team. Having been the wrestling coach, I'm delighted what they're doing. But of course, we also have our kids who are doing CTE project-based stuff and the amazing accomplishments of those kids. You know, I mean, we got DECA going to nationals. We got yourself and your sister going to nationals. We have, you know, ACADECA, robotics. The list goes on and on. I mean, our kids are doing special things, and not just in these things. They're doing it in the classroom. You know, remarkable stuff. Our highlights in journalism and. The success is the kids, and I've always been about that, you know, total support of kids and programs for kids, and that's been kind of the easiest thing for me.
Yeah.
But you asked me what the biggest success is, and it's easy. It's that.
Wonderful. And against that, what's the challenge? What do you see as your biggest challenge?
Well, this year I would say was unique, and the challenge was perceptions of and realities of security concerns.
Right.
That. You know, at the earlier part of the year, it was already a concern. We were discussing it in Site Council. We were discussing it in ASB. But there's also this feeling that Beverly, I've been here 12 years, and it's always felt open.
Right, exactly.
You know, and it's been a very welcoming feeling, and it's not an easy thing for a community to say, all right, let's close it up, you know. So that was a challenge, you know, and what's it going to look like and how is it going to work? And it remains a work in progress and a challenge, one that I'm dedicated to, our city's dedicated to, district office, city council.
Right.
It's a team effort. So we're not there yet, we're not arrived, but the security and frankly, I could have also said this is the greatest success. You know, like the dramatic improvements in security and communication about security.
Yeah.
So it has been the biggest challenge, but I'm feeling like we're making real strides, although the work is not done.
And I know it's hard to do, but it always seems to me as if the people coming in see friendly people here.
Yeah.
Then that's a big step toward overcoming the fact that there are fences and gates and all of that stuff.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to give a shout out to our security team. If you're in the morning and you're coming in and we're asking for IDs, which we are, it's accompanied by good morning and welcome, and it hasn't been something I had to say, hey, let's do that, but it's been something that we've all done, and I agree with you that with this kind of change, there's also been a very intentional, hey, you're welcome here, you're safe here.
Yeah, that's good.
And before we send you back to running around Open House, I want to see, this episode for Open House has been looking back at the past 50 years and here at Beverly. What has been the biggest change since 2006 that you came to Beverly?
Oh man, the biggest change, I mean, I think it's a canned, easy answer, but for now, the change is the look, you know, the way it feels, the look, you know. As a former ASB director, I really miss the front lawn. I miss the auditorium.
Yeah.
I miss the, I mean, that's been hard. But I want to accompany that with, yes, that is a change, but what's remarkable is that the successes of the kids, the availability of programs has stayed consistent. And that's what I'm so proud of. And frankly, I want to put a shout out to this 2018 graduating class. They had all those things.
Yep.
They have lost all those things and haven't missed a step. And that shout out goes to staff too. You know, staff, students. The biggest change to me feels like what we have to work with, except for the fact that we have the humans to work with, and that has stayed the same, and I'm super proud. I don't think there's a single program that's missed a beat.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I spent a few semesters in bungalows when the Cherney building was a parking lot.
Right.
And so I'm familiar with what it's like there, and the teachers seem to be working fairly well.
They're awesome.
Making those bungalows successful.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, those are great places to be inside.
Right,
you know,
right.
We're working on making the outside look a little snazzier.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
All right.
thank you so much.
Really a pleasure. Thank you. And really thank you guys for the way you support this school, even to the point with that live stream in the Cherney. You saved us. Really, thank you.
Oh,
Thanks for the work you do.
Okay, good.
All right.
Thank you.
We're now going to send it off to Riley.
I think that's good.
Oh, I'll say, so here I have Nahal.
You're live. You're live.
Thank you, Noah and Mr. Stiles.
There's no signal. It's no signal. Are you getting the countdown or no? It's no signal. Was it like that during?
Are you good at asking questions, working under pressure, listening to directions, or acting? If so, you should sign up for Mock Trial. Mock Trial is a club where student lawyers defend or prosecute a victim in a mock trial competition. You will get to compete with other teams through scrimmages and actual competitions, act as witnesses, or be the actual lawyer and defend your argument. If you are interested, be sure to sign up for Mock Trial at Club Day this upcoming school year. Now back to the show.
We are here with one of the former student producers here at KBEV, Tal Shoshani. Tal, thank you for coming back tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
So, Tal, again, this is KBEV Retrospective, looking back at the past 50 years of KBEV. Tal, what was your experience like at KBEV, and what did you do while you were here?
Oh, wow. I came here as a freshman, and as a freshman, I fell in love. Like, this was something I wanted to put myself towards. I wanted to kind of become something of like that like other people could relate to, and other people can try to strive to become. Like Carey and Stiles, they both showed me that if you put the effort into becoming someone that people can look up to, then you can have people be like that. So I tried to put effort, and I stuck with it for all 4 years. And I became a producer, and just like you know.
Well, on my road, I have to say, on my road to being a producer, you were definitely a great role model. So
thank you.
Talk about some of the shows you did.
Oh, I had my own show. I had Tal's Talk Time.
Yep.
I worked on a lot of projects. I helped my other producer, Ashley Griffin, with some of her shows. Rachel Gilbert with some of her shows. I try to help people more. Like I'm like behind the scenes. I don't like to be more on like the table. I'm not really like a
it's a lot more fun behind the scenes sometimes.
Yeah, you know,
exciting.
It's the shadow, you know, like
definitely.
I like to be the shadow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's great.
Sorry, they're calling me now. So thank you again for coming tonight. You've been a really light in being KBEV's time. So definitely.
Oh, thank you.
That's great. Thanks a lot. Thank
you.
You were here today.
Thank you so
much. We're gonna now send it to Reagan.
Our guest on Face to Face is Mr. Ronald Reagan, former governor of the state of California. Here's the moderator of tonight's program, David Hirsch.
Good evening. Welcome to Face to Face. Our guest tonight is Ronald Reagan, former governor of California and 1976 candidate for the presidency. Governor Reagan, we are honored to have you here today on Face to Face.
Happy to be here, thank you.
Governor Reagan will be questioned by 4 students from Beverly Hills High School. They are Craig Corman, Tony Krantz, Donna Bojarski, and Craig Sherwood. Craig, you have the first question.
I'd like to add my thanks to David. Thank you for coming. Many people in this and other so-called wealthy school districts are concerned about the California State Supreme Court's recent ruling on the Serrano decision. What is your feeling on this, and what kind of implementation would you suggest?
Well, I'm in disagreement with the Serrano decision myself. And I think one explanation that needs to be made is when we discuss wealthy as versus poor school districts and the unfairness, the obvious conclusion that's drawn is they're talking about a district where everyone is wealthy. That isn't true. Some very wealthy school districts are wealthy simply because of a great deal of industry in the community that means great property taxes. The people may be of very modest earnings themselves and of modest living, but their school system is very plush because of this. But the idea that I always supported and that I believe was typical of California was that the state supplied money on a formula basis to school districts to help bring them up so that no school district was below a certain level of quality. But I challenge the idea of saying that a district, if it wants to tax itself more and wants to provide above that basic level of education, that it should not be allowed to do so.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm really glad we were able to save that clip.
I was about to say, so what can you tell people what they were just watching?
Well, that was Ronald Reagan when he was still a governor of California. And he came, I still remember, the door opens and the air becomes electric. Fascinating. I'd never encountered that before. It's just, he came in with his entourage, and of course I was running around making sure things were working and all the mics were on and all of that. The cameras, if you get a chance to, if you're able to see them in the clip, those were 60-pound tube cameras that used to be on the Ed Sullivan Show. Wow. We bought them as parts. We think we bought 6 of them, and we were able to make 3 of them work. And each camera required a 6-foot rack of components to make it run. And as they got older and older, you had to take the knobs during the show and adjust it because it would get darker and darker and darker and darker, and then it would come up and up and up. So you had to you had to have a student engineer on the equipment, adjusting it so that the picture stayed consistent. At the same time, this was one of those situations that show was called Face to Face, and like all the shows then. It was a student producer. He was the one who made all the calls. He was the one who set it up.
And he got Ronald Reagan.
He was the one who got Ronald. He would call anybody. He would call everybody. And I apologize that I can't remember what his name was at the moment. I would have to look at the credits on there, and I didn't do that ahead of time.
Well, luckily we have it. We'll be able to check that
out.
And you guys can all watch the full, if you want to watch the full interview,
it's up.
You could go up. We have digitized that for you to watch.
It's on our archives.
On our archives at KBEV6.com. Before we move on, I just want to clear up for the viewers at home. Ronald Reagan was interviewed right here in this very studio.
This is the studio, yeah.
This exact studio. They had Ronald Reagan come to Beverly High and interview. That was an amazing time.
Something else, the desk that the kids are using was built here, of course. The chairs we borrowed from the library, and the risers were built by one of the technicians who used to work with me. And those fold flat. Those go up against we would pull those out and set them up in each show. So we had a lot of stuff going on then. It was fun.
It was an exciting time. There's another clip for the KBEV Retrospective. So now where are we going?
Okay, we're going to go to Alana on the patio. Go!
Thanks, guys. Right now I'm here with Nicole Budai, a freshman. So tell me, what was it like entering in as a freshman at Beverly Hills High School?
Well, at first I was really nervous, but then I met a bunch of new people, and I met a bunch of really fun people, and it kind of made it more heartwarming, and it was much funner after a while.
So what clubs and activities have you been able to be a part of throughout your year as being a freshman?
Well, I made my own club called Love for Paws, and then I also joined Interact in JFS, which are both like volunteering programs, which I think is really good to have, to like be able to volunteer and like get volunteering hours. But not only that, it's just like a fun experience, and it's like a really good like life learning experience too.
And what was this particular club about?
Which club?
The club that you were volunteered for.
Oh, well, JFS is like Jewish Family Learning Services, which is like run by a Jewish foundation, but like not only Jewish people are in the club, like there are all different types of people, and then Interact is also volunteering, but it's like different. Like JFS is like SOVA, and you help out with like giving people who can't like get food that often, like you give them food and you pack bags for them, and people who can't afford it. And yeah, Interact is volunteering at like, let's say like we find like Healed Bay is one of the things where you go to the beach and we clean up stuff, which is one of the events we did.
That's so great. And how would you describe the academics here at Beverly Hills High School?
I would say most of them are like pretty good. The teachers really like want you to learn, I guess. And yeah, like all the classes. And my favorite class is dance, which isn't really an academic class, but like it's still my favorite class. I think it's really fun, and yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Beverly Hills High School has so many amazing teachers and so many amazing things you can be involved with, and you can also be involved in some extracurricular activities as well. And also, if you could describe Beverly Hills High School in 2 words, how would you describe it?
A good experience.
Okay, and for the incoming freshmen here at Beverly Hills High School, what would you say to them? Because you were once in their shoes and you were once felt like them. So what would you say for the incoming freshmen here?
I would say just like be yourself, meet a bunch of new people, and just have fun. Like it doesn't matter, and have fun.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Now let's send it to the CBS report.
This might surprise you. See for yourself. Just a typical day of school in any town, USA? No, this isn't just any school. It's not just any town. This is Beverly Hills High. Sitting on 2 1/3 lush acres of prime real estate in America's most famous community, Beverly Hills High boasts one of the country's most outstanding academic records, as well as a lengthy list of celebrity alumni. In fact, with so much in its favor, you'd think they would have plenty to cheer about. But the students and faculty members insist that all too often they get a bum rap.
They say, oh, you're from Beverly Hills. Does that mean that you drive your Rolls Royce, or somebody drives the Rolls Royce for you to school and they pick you up? That's a bunch of baloney.
You will, however, find a large section of the student body arriving each morning in luxury automobiles. Students may not pay for their lunch with platinum charge cards, but it doesn't take long to realize that Beverly Hills High is one of a kind. Principal Saul Levine says that most stereotypes about the school are grossly exaggerated.
When you think of Beverly Hills, sometimes all kinds of images come to mind. And we immediately assume that all people within a community fit that mental image.
I think any high school is going to have its stereotypes. You know, the computer whiz, the jock, or, you know, Mr. Popular, or whatever you want to classify them.
What does stand out about Beverly Hills High is its academic record. The SAT scores here rank among the nation's highest. 92% of all graduates go on to college, and it's easy to see why. Every student is required to learn computers. Future astronomers study in the school's full-scale planetarium, and students with interests in the media even produce and host their own newscasts.
All of that is made possible by an outstanding teaching staff, a very strong student body, and a very supportive community.
How many high schools can boast classes in robotics?
King dollar bells, king dollar bells.
Some of the students here are quite astounding. 16-year-old Mark Millett has been a computer buff since age 9.
This one doesn't have very much vision capability. The only detection it has is if there's a block in between or not. Possibly we can build something that will allow it to have vision, but that requires the interpretation of that.
If your future sights are set on exploring distant galaxies, you can even design your own space station.
These box-like structures that you see here are the truss structures, hold everything else together. These rectangular panels that you see here take power from the sun.
And you won't hear any scratchy old records when you listen in on the campus radio station. Here you get the top tunes on state-of-the-art compact disc.
We've made the transition this year to a compact disc, so like the DJs all bringing in their own music, and so I like to bring in my compact disc because they sound better, you know, and they're easier to use. I play records once in a while, but not that often.
The school has such a good reputation that parents go to extra lengths to get their kids enrolled.
One word. I was able to get a permit, and then I was tested, and they allowed me to come here to Beverly. Also, my mom.
But times have forced change at Beverly Hills High. Despite their excellent academic report card, the school is not without its share of problems. Authorities say that their $2.8 million annual budget just isn't enough to cover expenses.
We do have some real serious financial problems at the present time, believe it or not, in all of this beauty that surrounds us.
Here's a subsidy most educational institutions can't claim. The school earns an extra $100,000 to $1 million annually from royalties paid on oil drilled on campus property. Their famous swim gym with its motorized basketball court has been rented out as a movie location, and they'll soon be marketing T-shirts and sporting wear, capitalizing on their famous name. Social changes have also become evident. Today, more than 20% of the students are minorities.
When I first applied for this position 23 years ago, I was the first black teacher at Beverly Hills High School.
And young women at Beverly have new attitudes about traditional family roles.
I basically see myself as being the provider. After I have a career and I'm very, make my own, financially set and everything, I would like to have a family, but that's not a priority in my life right now.
Beverly Hills High may have a never-ending battle fighting its silver spoon image, but it also has a lot to be proud of.
I am proud to say that I go to Beverly, and it's truly a great school.
Boy, that was interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
I was really surprised at all the shots of the kids walking through the hallways. I didn't see anybody carrying any books. I mean, that's important.
They're up here.
It's fine to have all those wonderful teaching aids, but if you don't read, you can't learn.
Oh, I think they do have that. Geez, Roland. You're really tough on kids.
Coming up next, we'll be talking with a prolific writer and a popular TV performer who happens to be a cloistered nun. So stay with us.
No books? Jeez.
It's always fun when the networks pick us up.
That was the CBS News report, just for everyone at home.
From 1987.
1987.
Yeah. The networks would come in for one thing and another when the stories were important enough. Generally, we were busy chasing them, trying to do stories that were interesting, and putting them into the news. Our major thing was the half-hour news every week. That was live. We would set the news up during periods 5. Everybody would go to lunch period 6, and we'd shoot it during lunch. And it went out 1 o'clock on the dot, live, once a week. That was really something.
That's an amazing thing. And part of the K-Bev Retrospective, again, the definition of retrospective is a compilation of work that shows development over time. Yep. So that's what we're showing you today, the development. And part of that is that the Norman News, amazing program back then. We still have it, longest running high school news show in America. Oh, they're telling us we have to wrap again.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
On to Jake, right?
Jake, we're going to Jake.
So, welcome. And
what?
This is very unclear what happened. Alright, so we're here tonight. Jake's about to interview us.
Alright, in other words, what are your guys' roles and positions to your four-man superstar group?
So we won the SkillsUSA state competition. We got the gold medal. So I was the anchor along with Noah.
And I was the floor manager, and Arian was the director.
Okay. That's very interesting. And for nationals now, where is that held?
So nationals was held in Ontario, not in Canada, but here in California. It was a pretty long drive, you know, but nothing for us, nothing too long for us. We had a great time. I got closer with all my teammates, Eva, Arian, and Noah. Of course, again, we won gold at state, and it was a tremendous time.
So that was actually the state competition.
That was a state competition. I meant nationals, meaning...
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So, yeah, for nationals, we're going to be going to Kentucky, all right? And we're going to be competing against the other 50-49 winners that won in all the other states. So that's going to be a big thing for our team, you know?
So can I ask, if you guys win nationals, what happens next?
Well, nationals is it's the highest level that you can achieve in SkillsUSA because, well, of course, it's in USA. So once you win nationals, that's basically it. That's the highest you can get.
That's amazing because just even going to nationals, it's just I've been to nationals. I placed first in California. Think of it. You guys are the best in California. Just take that in for a little. It's an amazing opportunity and experience you guys are getting right now. And it's amazing how SkillsUSA is such an amazing event that happens. But in other words, let's send it to Riley, who is on the red carpet.
You guys are live. Okay, my battery's about to die. And they're live.
Thank you, Jake. I'm Riley, and today we're here with Jonathan from DECA. So tell me, Jonathan, what do you like about DECA?
I like how DECA puts me in a real-world experience where I can experience how kids or business administrators work with their employees with different business dilemmas and how they deal with just business in general.
Do you recommend DECA to incoming freshmen? Why or why not?
I think DECA would be a great opportunity for incoming freshmen because it gets their foot in the door in internships. Like, for example, we had a networking night where we brought in a lot of different established entrepreneurs, and internships were available if you talk to them. So I think if freshmen want to get an idea of how businesses work, DECA is a great way to do so.
That's right. Also, what do you do in DECA? Like, what's the main point, and what do you learn?
So once you're part of the class, you have you go from Monday to Tuesday, and you're there at lunch and after school, and you're learning different business concepts through like the business admin core. And what that does is basically gets your mind wrapped around how businesses function, just basically with like different types of corporations, the ins and out of businesses, and just the people that run them, the types of people that run them, and how they function.
What are some stereotypes of DECA, and how can you explain them to our audience?
I think some stereotypes of DECA people are to be not necessarily preppy, but more like business oriented. And in my opinion, I think that's a good thing. If you want to get into the business field, being professional at an early age is the best thing to do. And understanding that you have to be professional in every situation is the most important thing to know when you're going to have a meeting with someone that depends on a contract or a job opportunity.
That's right. Well, thank you so much for coming today, and we'll send it back to Alana.
Thank you.
So you guys are part of the academic decathlon. What grade are you guys in?
I'm in 11.
I'm in So we are here with some of the people involved with the academic decathlon. Come over here. So what are you guys' names, and say what grade you're in?
I'm Nellie Solms. I'm in 11th grade.
I'm Noah Powles, and I'm in 9th grade.
I'm Emily Zhang, and I'm in 10th grade. And how has the academic decathlon helped you guys?
It's really helped us with time management and getting prepared for college because there's so much work that we have to work on during the year. It really helps us to prioritize our workload.
For sure.
I personally get a lot of help from interviewing because one of the 10 subjects of Acadeca is doing an interview. And so you really get to learn those skills of how to dress up and how to present yourself and just the etiquette for interviews.
To me, academic decathlon really helped me with my social life because I arrived here as a freshman when I didn't really know each other, but like with the members together, we kind of grew and competed and worked together, and it's basically become a second family to me. It's a really good way to start off your social group if you're just an incoming freshman. So you guys would definitely recommend it to the incoming freshmen as well. And so how did you guys get started? What made you guys want to be in the academic decathlon?
Well, you see, you get to learn about all these obscure subjects that you wouldn't learn in like the regular curriculum. Like there's art, there's music about the subjects that we're learning about each year. So it really it widens your intellectual threshold, and that's really great.
I actually saw Academic Decathlon on club night, and I really wanted to join because I got to learn everything about whatever topics for that year. And I also really improved my social life like that as well.
in the beginning for me, it was for the college credit because my sister's friend, she used to join Academica, but then when coming in, I realized that I wouldn't survive in this sort of environment with just the notion of college credit. Like for me now, it's more of hanging out with friends and just working together to get to that one goal and competition that you're working towards.
Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Students should definitely be involved with the academic decathlon as they explain everything and every reason why you should. Once again, I'm Alana Morgan, and let's send it back.
We'll just do one question each.
One
You
question?
I question.
Then throw?
Yeah, then you throw.
Okay.
Only 2 questions?
I throw.
To Eva.
To Eva.
To
So
Eva,
this is
Eva.
really quick, just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sounds good. So you catch, question, throw.
Yeah.
Good.
Hell yeah.
This program was brought to you in part.
Hi, we're in the hallway with Daniela and
K-Bev thanks you for your support.
So we know that you guys are in an Interact. What do you guys do in that?
Well, basically, Interact is a community service organization, and it's actually international. So it's all over the world. It's in so many countries, and literally everyone knows about Interact. And it's a really great club, and it's doing really well at Beverly.
We are working with the Rotary, and we go out and help the district with several things, and it's very fun. You guys should join.
Cool. And what's your favorite thing about Interact?
You get to meet new friends, joining the district, volunteer, meet new people.
I really like just going out in the community and doing community service events. That's really fun.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Now to Jake.
The events, and then she'll.
Yeah, sure.
What is it? What
Justin,
are the events?
what is your name?
Yasmin.
Yasmin what?
Sadian. I'm a
Yasmin
junior.
Sadian. Okay. All right.
Yo, my name is Jay.
Good to meet you. Jake Rabanian.
Nice to meet you, Jake Rabanian.
Oh, hey guys. Jake Rabanian back again here with Eva Danesh. Today we have the privilege of sitting down with Justin Mathion, senior, Mira Tabibian, another senior, and Yasmin, who is a junior. And you guys are all in service learning, that is correct?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it.
So in service learning, we have a couple stone projects that we have, and then we have separate individual projects. Like a big one we have is Albion Street for our seniors, and Justin can elaborate.
So I sort of ran Albion Street. It was to help our sister school and to give presents to those kids who really don't have the privilege of having gifts.
That's amazing. That's an amazing thing to do. It's a mitzvah.
Jake.
It's a mitzvah to do
Thanks,
that.
Jake.
Mitzvah boy.
Mitzvah boy, sure. That's gonna be your new nickname. But I think that's amazing how you organize that and orchestrated the whole plan. Eva, would you happen to have any questions?
Yeah. So you guys do a lot of things to donate. What have you guys donated this past year?
So actually, our hair donation event was really successful. It was in March, and Eva and I both were two of the people that donated, so it was a lot of fun. And I was a committee member, so it was an honor to put it together and work with stylists and really learn about how to successfully execute an event. And personally for me, I'm having a book donation drive right now where I'm donating the books to a school that a lot of the kids there can't afford to purchase books, so I'm really excited for that.
And how do you guys all feel when you do these amazing things that help the community?
It's definitely something that's really empowering to feel. You feel like you're getting somewhere in life, you're giving back to your community. And then the best part is getting other people involved in this entire process, and it's raising awareness about things that are going on. Like one of the individual projects we had, and it was my project, it was called Kids Are Not Invisible. It was a slogan to show that refugee children around the world are not invisible, that we see them in this world and we are here for them. I got to share my story, and I shared my story and I got a lot of great feedback, but before that we gave out things.
You know, Mira, I think that's such an amazing thing that you guys do. Is this service learning a thing that most schools have?
It's not a class that, it's a rigorous course that most schools have, but the beauty about it that we are trying to turn around in it at this school is we're trying to add in more awareness throughout the classes, add curriculum to it. Like for my project, we had statistic class doing things about the refugee community and how much there are compared to World War II, compared to people at the high school. We had history classes going over current events and discussing that. And then it kind of related to the week that we had Kids Are Not Invisible. Another thing we had was another individual project we had, Yasmin did, and it was her mindfulness project.
Yeah, so for that we collaborated, I collaborated with Miss Norman Franks, and basically what I did was I just taught kids what is mindfulness, and yeah, so thank you.
You know, I think that's such an amazing, amazing class you guys have, and I think that other schools should build on having service learning because it really is benefiting our world of how helping other kids, and overall it's just such an amazing class to have. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have. But now let's send it to Norman Aid.
We're now here with the Director of Norman Aid and the Intervention Counselor, Ms. Norman Franks. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
So can you first tell
Hi, my name is Ashley Goldsmith, and I'm field reporting here at the InterQuest Assembly, where they're going to introduce a new program to students. In the assembly, they covered the goal of the program.
Places we search: backpacks, cars, lockers, PE lockers, bathrooms.
They placed 3 backpacks in front of the dog, Pilot, one which contained a pipe and had the dog identify it.
The program is effective because it reduces the contraband on campus. It also gives students a way to say no to peer pressure, which is probably the #1 reason students or kids get involved in narcotics or alcohol. And this gives them a way to say no by telling them, no, Danny and the drug dog are coming tomorrow. I don't want to get high, or I don't want to bring anything to school today.
Most students had positive opinions of the program after attending the assembly.
I think it's very good that people come to our school and try to help us and try to find drugs and try to take it out of school. That way we know that there's no drugs at our school, and at least we know that we're safer with no drugs.
I think that bringing the dogs to school is a good thing because then everyone will stop bringing weed and drugs and alcohol, and it'll keep it a safer environment.
I think the drug dogs are going to be an interesting thing because I've heard a lot of stories about people doing drugs in Venice Beach and stuff, and I think it's about time to get cracked down upon.
Principal Guidetti is very optimistic of the InterQuest program.
I know that it's a good program because it serves as a deterrent. It's used in 91 schools across Southern California, actually across California. And I've personally used it at my former school before. And the best thing about this is when somebody does get caught, the parents are notified, and it opens up a dialogue between the parents and the students. And that's really what this is all about. It's about interventions, it's about deterrent, and it's about resource.
I'm Ashley Goldsmith, and I'm field reporting back to you at the studio.
So that was a field report from a couple years back.
Right, great story, yeah, from a couple of years back. You know, I do a pet rescue show once a month for cable and internet, and so it's been really useful to be in touch with dogs and animals and see just how effective they can be. And this program is an example of how the dogs can be really helpful to solve problems that are otherwise really complex.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. So you might have seen a little bit of this clip before. It was a clip of me and Miss Norman Franks. She is the director of Norman Aid. So we'll be going back to that clip right now. I filmed this a few days ago. She's discussing what's coming up in Norman Aid. So let's check that out.
Okay.
We're now here with the Director of Norman Aid and the Intervention Counselor, Ms. Norman Franks. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
So can you first tell everyone what Norman Aid is?
Norman Aid is a student support center. So it's a center where students can come in and talk about anything that they're going through, whether it's just the challenge of finding a prom date to something big like managing anxiety or depression.
And how can they utilize the services of Norman Aid? What are the different avenues that you guys provide?
So students are always welcome to walk in. We do want them to have a note from a teacher saying they have permission to be in there, but they can always walk in, and if a counselor is available, they'll meet with them immediately. If not, there's a form they can fill out to request for a time, and then we'll summons them out of class. They can also send me an email, and we can schedule a time to connect them with the counselor.
And so for those that are new to Beverly, can you kind of give a summary of some of the events that you guys did during this past year for Norman Aid?
So in addition to the counseling services, so we have ongoing counseling, short-term counseling, and walk-in counseling. So in addition to that, we provide a program that was new this year. It's called a Monthly Aid Program, and it's a mental health awareness program. So every month we have a different mental health topic. So for example, this month is Accept Yourself April, and we're focusing on healthy body image and recognizing signs of possible eating disorders. Next month will be, for May, is Mental Health Awareness Month. In December, we did De-Stress Month, and that was part of our, we had Stress Less. We're going to also have that again. The Stress Less Week, we'll have that again in May as well.
And for those who don't know, the Stress Less Week was really exciting, where you guys brought dogs in and people got to go experience that. So Norminated provides a lot of great experiences for the students.
Thank you.
So what are some upcoming events that people can look forward to for Norminated?
So for May, we are, like I said, we're working on Stress Less Week. Students could come wear their pajamas every day. We're going to have tea in the Norminated throughout the day. And then we'll have different activities. We're working with ASB as well as Service Learning. So we're each going to take on a day or two and have a lot of fun ways to take care of yourself, to manage stress, and help prepare for finals. And then before that actually is for Mental Health Awareness Month, which is nationally Mental Health Awareness Month. We're going to be having a fundraiser for Norminated and the Salter Theater on May 6th at 4 o'clock. Students can come, and we have an amazing opportunity to show a film called Holdin' On. And it's a true story of actually one of Preston Joseph's, one of our history teachers, his childhood friend who had a secret, a pretty big secret that he hid for a long time, and which was schizophrenia, and he went from being the straight A student to top athlete to a student who was abusing drugs, and he ended up dying by suicide at the age of 19. So that event is going to hopefully raise awareness of mental illness and erase the stigma of seeking support and getting help, and also to educate students as well as our community on suicide prevention.
And that's a really amazing event too, because the movie hasn't came out yet, so this will be featured before, and the two lead actors will be there.
Yes, yeah, well, the students will be able to meet the actors and ask questions and even get autographs.
That's amazing. And then finally for today open house, where can people check you guys out?
Students can come. I'll be in Norminated, so I can have an opportunity to give families tours of a tour of the Norminated. And then my peer counselors will be either on the second floor or the third floor patio. They'll have a table, and they'll be advertising for different programs that we offer.
And Norminated is in the bungalows B33?
Correct.
Correct. Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Norman. Thanks for coming today and for everything you do throughout the year.
Thank you for having me again.
Thank you. And now we'll send it to the next program.
And we're back. Boy, oh boy. We're at it. We're still at it again. Oh, my goodness.
So that was just, again, Miss Norman Frank. She's so amazing around the school. She has so many programs that just make every student feel welcome here.
Yeah,
it's
that's
amazing.
good.
And it's Accept Yourself Month. It's April. So every month they have a different theme, actually.
Yeah.
So A for Accept Yourself Month. It's an amazing program that they have here. So next, we're going to be going to the student board member clip that I had. After this past week's board meeting, I got to speak with Jonathan Artal.
Oh, good.
He's one of the student board members. He's been doing a fantastic job this year, really representing the student voice.
Yeah, I've looked at some of the board meetings, and he's always very impressive.
He really is a great way of relaying our message to everyone. So we spoke to him a little bit about what it was like getting in his position. And actually, elections are coming up for ASB.
And there's signs all over the place.
All over the place.
Yep.
If you're here at open house, you can still come by. We still have 17. Come by. There's still amazing programs. They're all here for you. They're all ready. So you'll see all these posters for the ASB candidates, and there are candidates for the student board member. The new student board member is coming out. So it looks like the clip is ready. Again, we recorded this past Tuesday during the board meeting. So we're going to be sending it to myself and Jonathan. Let's take a look at that clip.
Here we go.
We are here outside the John Cherney Lecture Hall where a board meeting just finished. We're here with the student board member, Jonathan Artal. Jonathan, what is your job as student board member?
Sure. My role is to serve as a student advocate on the Board of Education. I have the ability to hear and understand changes that the district is considering and going through, convey those changes to students and student leaders across the spectrum, students of all kinds, and be able to solicit student input and ultimately champion their voice to the Board of Education. So I have a really unique opportunity and platform to be able to advocate for the changes that I feel will best improve students' educations, whether that's issues regarding school safety, issues regarding reconfiguration or the budget. I've been given a really unique opportunity to fight for students, enhance the student voice, and ultimately ensure that our student leaders actively consider their students in the decision-making process.
And what motivated you initially to become the student board member?
I mean, I've been watching board meetings for years. I think that it's clear that the 5 board members and the superintendent are the individuals in charge of the school district. This is where the fundamental changes, the fundamental policy that determines the way our high school and our 4 K-8s are run. All of these changes and decisions start with the Board of Education. And if you really want to enact change, if you really want to fundamentally improve the quality of students' educations, you can still improve things through ASB, through student groups, but the real crux of that change is going to have to come from the very top.
And you've been on the board for almost a year now.
About a year.
What have you learned most by being on the board with so many amazing people?
I mean, I think it's been an incredible opportunity to learn how to engage with diverse groups of people. I've been able to solicit student inputs, you know, across the board. I never really had the opportunity to find out what students think, to talk not just to the kids in the ASB student government class, who are usually among the most vocal students in the school regarding their opinion, but also to actively go out to groups like Highlights and K-Bev, and even to those students who typically you know, don't get involved, find out what they think. I've also seen board members engaging with a very broad and diverse community. And you know, the greatest thing that I've come out of this learning has been how to champion the people and the ideas around me. How can I take an opinion, even if it's unpopular, and fight for it because I actually believe it'll help those other students out there.
Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for everything you do on the board and for representing the students. Now we're going to send it back to the rest of Open House. Perfect.
Back again. Here we are.
So that was an amazing interview with Jonathan.
That's good, yeah.
I really learned a lot about what it was like to be in his position, in the board member.
Yeah.
So Alana seems to be ready. So we're going to send it outside again, second floor patio.
Back out to the second floor patio. Here we go.
Thanks, Noah. So now I'm here with Haley, a freshman at Beverly. So Haley, you helped Culinary prepare these delicious foods for tonight. What was the process like and how long did it take?
It took us about 4 hours. It was a lot of fun and we basically enjoyed it.
So what do you like about Beverly as being a freshman?
I love being on the varsity cheer team. I like cooking for Culinary and it's a lot of fun.
So since you're a gymnast and you've been doing gymnastics for 10 years now, going into cheer, were you already prepared for this or have you never done cheer before?
I've done cheer for about 9 to 10 years, so I've loved it.
Oh, that's so amazing. So if you could describe Beverly in 2 words, how would you describe it?
It's amazing and it's creative.
Great. Thank you so much, Haley, for joining us today. Once again, I'm Alana Morgan. Now let's send it to Noelle and Leo.
Thanks, Alana. We are here with Alex. He is selling cards upstairs. How are you doing tonight, Alex?
I'm doing just fine. It's a lot of fun doing help around for this school district. So I want to talk about card making. We did, and it would take some couple months and days a week to progress how we can delivering cards, and we got it. So thank God to Miss Swab. She's our in charge for all this stuff here. So I want to talk about the card, how we make it first. So we use shredding papers, and so we trying to cycle it, so you know, don't waste up money. So we take it to the other room across the bungalow to Village 16, and we use a blender. We use a whole bag of paper from the trash cans, and then we customize it. So it's a lot of time we have to fix some issues, but we getting there. So we hang it up the wall, and in a couple of days we tone it down and see how it looks like. So it will change different colors, doesn't matter. So we have pink, blue, green, something like that. So and every card for this right now it's going to be an cafeteria. Every card costs $2 for each. So if you buy 2 cards, that's going to be like $10, maybe like that. But yeah, I think this is going to be just fun. I love to make cards, and it's really helped some people. And I know pretty soon it's going to be a Mother Day, so I'm trying to give something for my mom.
Oh, that's great. Great to hear.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all we have for now. Let's go ahead and send it to Noah and Stiles.
Oh, I think we're here.
We're here.
Okay.
So a big part of tonight has been the control room. As much as we've been going around the whole school, It's all based right here in this control room. So there's a live shot.
There it is.
You'll see. So, Mr. Stiles, can you tell us what's happening in there right now?
Oh boy! You know what? I need to see it, guys.
Let's bring it
Come
up.
on, let's bring. Okay, there's the control room shot. The big screen on the top right is the program monitor, and down below are technical monitors. Some for graphics, some for different cameras, some for the actual switching from one camera to the other. What you can't see off to the right is the whole audio deck, audio console. There are 2 mics for us and 3 more mics in Studio B and another mic out on the patio.
And we have a wireless. Our mics are actually wireless here where we are.
Yeah.
We're not attached to them.
Allows us to hunt around. What's really impressive is that the kids set this up. If when I come in to do any repairs, it's usually to put connectors on and stuff. But they have already figured out how they want to make things run and how to make stuff work. We have a whole set of patch bays so that you can reroute video signals from to switcher positions or change cameras around. But
there's a whole world of technical aspects that take place here that we don't even know. But actually, there's also the whole directing of the talents, directing us. If you could go back to the shot of the control room, if you take a look, there's all these different people. Oh, they went back to Alana. They're back there.
There
okay.
They are. Okay.
So you can tell
they're having too much fun.
They're having too much fun in there.
They can just cut around, and all we do is talk and cover.
That's all we have to do.
There we go. Yeah.
But they're making live decisions as to where the camera's going to be going. We do have a rundown that tells us where we're going to be going.
Let me say at this point that the best training in the world is being able to do this stuff live, because these kids have to make instantaneous decisions. They have to have determined ahead of time what problems they're likely to have and have them covered. In my opinion, that's why we used to do live news weekly to make it work. Start on time, end on time, whatever happens in the middle had better be right. Yeah. So this kind of training is just spectacular.
And before we throw it back to Lana outside, I want to one more time show the inside the control room. I want to show inside there. Kind of talk about the people. We have Arian in there, Bridgette, Jacob, Oren. There's so many people in there that they really deserve the respect and credit for making this all happen.
You got it. Yeah.
Ryan's also there.
And the only way to know who they are is to read the credits.
Read the credits. Stay through the whole end of the credits. Don't miss it.
All the way through.
All the way through. So now it seems like Alana's ready outside on the second floor patio. So let's send it to Alana with
and go.
Thanks, guys. So now I'm here with Gabrielle Cohn, a freshman as well. So what middle school did you go to before you entered high school?
So I went to El Rodeo Middle School.
Did you like El Rodeo, and what were you expecting when coming into high school?
All right, so I did like El Rodeo, but I feel like that I like high school even better. I feel like that I met a lot more people here, and at first I was a little bit nervous when I got here, but I feel like that I really, really enjoy it, and sometimes I like it even better than middle school.
So what are your favorite classes here?
So I do really like animation, and I hope to, be continuing somehow in that. And I also, usually I'm not a huge fan of math, but actually I really do like my math teacher this year, and I feel like I'm learning a lot.
And how would you describe the academics here at Beverly for the students who aren't sure how the academics are?
So I feel like that the academic program is, I feel like a lot of the teachers do explain it in depth, and I like that, they're open asking questions, and yeah, I feel like that a lot of the teachers are really good here.
What would you change for going into sophomore year? What would you change differently when going into sophomore year next year?
Probably to get up earlier, because I keep pressing like the I don't know, like whenever I get up I always keep pressing the snooze button, so I should, so I should probably, I think I should work on getting here earlier so I not get as late.
And are you involved in any clubs or enrolled in any clubs this year?
I actually did start the storyboard and drawing club, and I'm in the video game club, but yeah, so it's kind of, the storyboard drawing club is kind of a newer club.
So when you were coming into high school, I bet you were nervous and scared, but what would you say to the incoming freshmen that's coming in now to take your place?
Probably just talk to some of the people around you and get to know them. And there's also there's actually met a lot of new people that were really, a lot of new nice people when I actually first got here the first day. So probably just talk to new people, and yeah, and also ask questions to the teachers and talk to the teachers.
Thanks, Gabrielle. Now let's send it back.
We're now here with Ms. Branham. Ms. Branham, what is your job here at the high school?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning. Good.
I am the head counselor here at the high school.
And as being head counselor, what are some of the major tasks that you're assigned to?
Well, it's a pretty big job, actually. So specifically as the head counselor, I help oversee the other counselors on campus, coordinate the counseling activities, the calendar, all of the events that come through the counseling office. I also assist administration with a lot of tasks such as the master schedule and things like that.
And what can the incoming 8th graders who will be watching this, they're here for open house, what would be your best advice for them for what they should look forward to for their first year at high school?
Well, first of all, we are so excited that they're joining us. We always love to get the new group of students coming in, and we're looking forward to working with them. They can look forward to a lot of exciting things happening at Beverly. Specifically through the counseling department, we'll be working with them to get them ready and prepared for their life after high school. And we'll be doing 4-year plans with them so that they can plan out their coursework for the next 4 years and know where they are, keep themselves on track. We'll be talking to them about social emotional issues, academic issues, and basically everything that they need to know. Their counselors are there to help them while they're here.
So they can come to you for anything they really need throughout
Absolutely.
the 4-year process.
Absolutely.
And that's the best part, actually, that you stick with the same students for the 4 years and you get to really see them grow throughout that time, I guess. What is probably your favorite part of your job, if it's not that, of course?
Yeah, well, that really is my favorite part of my job, and that's why I love doing what I do, because I love to make those personal connections we all do with students and get to see them as incoming 8th graders, as you said, until they graduate. So we just love being able to help students, see them grow, help them find the path that they want to take, and get them on that path, whatever that may be, whatever works for each individual student. We want to help them with that. And then we also have the other supports for them with the Norman Aid Center, with our intervention counselor and our college counselor, so we can kind of cover all the areas for students.
And kind of a more out of your line of questioning, but what is one thing in the school that you think the freshmen is not obvious to them, but that they'll really enjoy?
Wow, there's so many things that may not be obvious to the freshmen. I think really if I could say one thing would be clubs and activities. Sports are kind of obvious for them coming in, but not necessarily all of the clubs and activities that we have to offer. Things like leadership, ASB, and then the lunchtime clubs, the after-school clubs. There's something for everyone, and if they can really just find that and get involved, it makes it a really much more enjoyable experience for them.
Perfect. Ms. Branham, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for everything you do for all of the students.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. We're going to send it to the next program.
And here we are. We were going to stop at 8 o'clock. That would be the end of our normal 2 hours. But since we started a little late because the assembly ran long, we're going to continue to our 2 hours. So that means we're going to run another, say, 21, 22 minutes.
So you still get us for another 20 minutes.
There you go. And the reason we're doing that is not because we're just having such a good time here, but there's so many clips still to run. So many stories still to tell.
We want to make sure they see all of it. You guys are going to be, you're in for a lot more. Just as a little summary of what's coming up, you're going to see a few more clips on the retrospective past of KBEV, taking a look at some of our oldest news segments.
Yep.
You're going to take a look at an interview with our very own Mr. Romeo Carey. He was not able to be here tonight with us because he is at the TCM Film Festival. We'll discuss all of that during our interview with Mr. Carey, but until then, we're going to now send it to Noel and Leo.
Noel, yep. Here we go. Go.
So Brian,
you'll throw to a clip. Throw to a clip.
Going to a clip. I'll throw it?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
You're live.
All right. Hi, guys. We're here with Brian, varsity lacrosse captain. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
And so the last lacrosse game is tomorrow against Santa Monica High School. What are you hoping to bring to that game?
I'm really hoping for a good game, a close game. A win over Sama would be just a great way to end my lacrosse career. And yeah, I'm hoping that we can come out hot tomorrow and pull an upset. Yeah.
And how would you summarize your lacrosse career so far?
It's been a lot of hard work, and I think that like each team that I've been on, I've just like had more fun with it and like been more of like a central part of that, and that's been really exciting, and I hope to continue it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, good luck with lacrosse, and we'll send to a clip.
We're now here with the one and only media director here at the high school and here at KBEV, Romeo Carey.
Well, Noah, I mean, that's yours.
Thank you.
And this one's radio's, audio. You know, I was just having a conversation with Noah, the deeper meaning behind work. And, you know, that's kind of a career that you're understanding here in KBEV, to build a career if that's something you want to do in life. But in general, people arrive at a place where they make money to survive. And hopefully they're not working in contempt, but rather they're working in a place that, like me, you have more than money that represents what you did, but you have, at the end of the day, you have gratitude, you have recognition, and you have a purpose. So those things, the money really doesn't even matter. What matters more is the payola at the end. People want to be recognized for what they do. I get it every day. We don't need this. I get it every day from students. I get it. Imagine if you were surrounded by, 200 Noahs every day. I mean, come on. I mean, every parent is jealous that I get to spend so much time with their, it's the most precious thing they've ever given the world, right? And I get to spend this most amazing years, teenage years is like the best. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the time when you need the most direction. It's the time when, the endocrine system has gone berserk. And you just need someone who's willing to let wild bucks buck without getting hurt. And, young does cry and make sense of the world. And all they need is just a human touch, a cool glass of water, and a smile. And let them know that the world is a perfect place, because you're perfect, right? So tell me, you are now first in state, not just the first time first in state. You've replicated what we did last year, what was first in state. In fact, we're three-peat when it comes to audio and radio. Every CTE class dreams, or those departments dream of bringing this home. Why? Because it proves that, gee, what we're doing is not only are we striving, but we are at the upper stratosphere of proving that what we do is right. How does it feel?
Exactly.
How does it feel to be first in state?
Well, obviously it's an amazing experience, being able to be in front of all the different people, and then you realize that you have become the best of all of them, and having that sense of recognition with this gold medal that, again, we get it every day here at the school. Everyone respects K-Bev and respects everything we do and understands what we do. But having this was just an amazing experience. And then being able to share it with everyone here at K-Bev and with my team, with my sister. So it was amazing.
It's amazing because how much hard work. These things don't come free. These things are only the result of serious dedication, forcing yourself outside of your comfort zone, and learning things that you never thought were possible.
Exactly. And working with a team. I mean, I'm working with 3 other people, Arian, Ethan, Eva. I mean, all of us, if we didn't all put our best in and all work together, collaborate, we wouldn't be where we were.
No, because it's 1,000 points and it's down to fractions. And literally, that's sometimes how you win in fractions. But it's teamwork. How to work together, how to find the edge. How do we beat out 80 other teams? How do we beat out 800 teams? How do we beat out the whole state, right? And so now you're off to Kentucky, where we represent the state of California, and not only in broadcast news, but in radio and audio, and in culinary. Culinary won. I mean, can you believe that? It's pretty amazing.
3 first place medals here at Beverly.
So this is, of course, our annual open house, but in fact, this is the retrospective year. Retrospect means, you think about this institution, the Media Center in K-Bev, been around since 1968. And in fact, there's only been 2 installations of media directors, Dusty Stiles and myself. What a kind of uninterrupted line of knowledge, that bank of knowledge, that reservoir, that archive. We got something like 20,000 shows that we've compiled in those years. And so we're going to dip into that, and we are, as you've seen, all tonight. And more importantly is that we still have Dusty Stiles as our engineer.
Yeah, he's hosting with us tonight.
I think he's the longest serving citizen in this institution. I think he beats the record.
Definitely.
So I'm doing double duty. I'm going to be leaving the K-Bev red carpet for the Hollywood. The greatest film festival in Hollywood is they'll lock up the city, all the theaters, all the major hotels for the next 5 days. Is the TCM Film Festival.
Exactly.
Of which it'll be 30,000, 40,000 people will arrive to run, first of all, the red carpet event. The red carpet event is actually huge. It's kind of like what we're doing here. In fact, there'll be 150 celebrities that are actually signed to contracts to talk at the event for Turner, because Turner's going to play that on TCM and their other outlets. I, in fact, am in that list of special celebrity guests, only because I'm fortunate, like you. Your dad's a doctor, so you live in a certain shade because of what your dad did. I live in a certain shade. David Carradine told me once, he said, your father is like my father and myself. We're what's called Hollywood royalty. And once you've entered that, it's yours. And so I'll be leaving here to spend some time with Martin Scorsese and DiCaprio and
all the big names.
And all the big names. It'll be nice because I'll have that. I'll tape some of it. We might even do a remote.
We might even do a remote.
Because you'll be live and I'll be live over there.
That'll be an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And actually, we'll show a clip right now of what the TCM Film Festival is today. Let's take a look.
We love TCM!
People who come to this festival just have such a light in their face.
We all are here for one reason, it's to appreciate these films.
To me, it's sort of like the Academy Awards.
It's the Comic-Con for classic film geeks.
It's really nice to be able to talk about movies with other fans.
Oh, it's going to be pandemonium.
Michael Douglas, everybody. Peter Bogdanovich.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Reiner and Rob Reiner.
Do I get paid for this?
I feel like I'm with my people.
We had a great time. We'll be coming back. It's an annual event for us.
It has changed my life.
The TCM Classic Film Festival 2018, April 26th through the 29th. Passes go on sale November 9th. For more information, visit tcm.com/festival.
Yeah, he didn't do bad considering he was in third at
regionals. He moved up to first. We kept our first in audio.
Some of what goes on there, and so I'm gonna be part of that. It's gonna be exciting. I've been on a festival tour for 20 years. It's something I do, and I share a lot of it with you. I bring in contracts, I bring in all the kind of arrangements that paperwork-wise, and we go over the real, true essence of Hollywood contracts and Hollywood happenings.
The realistic thing, the real thing.
I'm going to be showing, my father was not only an actor but a filmmaker, and I'm going to be showing a film and a documentary on him on Friday, which will be a midnight screening.
The world's greatest
I'll do a Q&A for him, and anybody who's got nothing to do Saturday, most likely it's sold out by now. But yeah, it'll be playing at the Chinese Theater. So I'm going to leave you with this show, Noah.
Thank you, Mr. Carey.
I want to tell you, Noah, I've watched you grow, and the truth is, we've all watched him grow, and his growth, there's no stopping him.
Thank you, Mr. Carey.
From here, it's Beverly Hills, K-Bev, and now the world. Carry on.
Thank you so
All
much, Mr.
right.
Carey. Thank you for everything you do for us.
All right.
So, Mr. Carey, before we move on, I just want to say he's just been amazing. I've been here for 3 years, and he's really taught me so much. It's been an honor being able to be in this class.
He has taken the whole studio in a really, really good direction, digital direction, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Wireless and internet and streaming. He's added all of that over the last 12 years, so that has worked out really well.
Definitely. K-Bev has not only evolved, but just revolutionized itself in becoming where it needs to be for this 21st century.
I would think so, yeah. The students coming out of here have spectacular skills for any kind of media and television and internet. And those are the kinds of things you can do in addition to your college work. You need side money? Oh, by golly, I just happen to know photography. I just happen to know video. I just happen to know streaming. gee, I'm sure somebody can use those skills.
Definitely. And it applies to
Yeah.
so many different fields. Like I personally really like biology and the medical side,
Right.
but you know, there's a way you can mix communications, journalism, and into the medical biology field. It's an amazing, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Carey, when you're watching this, he's at the TCM movie festival. But when you're watching this, thank you so much for everything you do for all of us here.
There you go.
So now we're gonna go outside
to
Alana.
Alana.
We
Yep.
have very few minutes left. This is the final stretch of the show, so we're gonna go out to Alana now.
There we go.
Thanks, guys. I had such an amazing part being a part of the Beverly Hills 2018 open house. I love Beverly Hills High School so much. There are so many clubs to be involved in, and I love interviewing all of the young entrepreneurs and students that attend Beverly Hills High School. Signing off, my name is Alana Morgan, a freshman here at Beverly Hills High School, as well as your junior teen, Nevada, United States. Now let's send it to Riley.
That's right, Alana. Thank you guys so much, and I'm Riley Moody today. Now let's send it back to Noelle and Leo.
The mic drop.
Okay. All right, guys. It's been a long night here at Open House. I think it's been pretty successful.
Definitely, yeah. Well, now to a live clip of What's Right About Beverly.
What's right about Beverly is the community of friends and the memories you make, and also the teachers like Mr. Carey.
If something is going wrong in a personal life of a student, they're all of them are open to talk about it and try to find a solution.
What's right about Beverly is the friends and memories that we make here together.
What's right about Beverly is K-Bev and Mr. Carey.
The students, because they're very welcoming. I remember my first day here, everybody was like, hi, welcome to Beverly Hills, because they could tell that I was a new student. And the teachers, they really seem to care about education.
I think what's right about Beverly is all the students come together as one and have an unbreakable bond. And there's great classes such as K-Bev to make you learn things you didn't think you would ever learn in high school.
Teachers, everyone thinks school's about work, but I think it's about things we learn outside of textbooks. And I've learned a lot in K-Bev from Mr. Carey, things that I use outside of school that have taken me really far.
What's right about Beverly is the community. You feel some teachers, you just know them. They're a part of you.
K-Bev, school spirit at the basketball games.
K-Bev. What's right about Beverly are the amazing clubs.
The amazing staff that they have.
What's right about Beverly is the amazing teachers we have and the AP scores.
What's great about Beverly is that it allows students the chance to really excel at what they love.
The several different types of clubs you can go to.
The everlasting friendships made. The great teachers.
What's right about Beverly is their amazing sports programs.
The art department and the counselors.
What's right about Beverly is the athletic program.
What's right about Beverly is the amazing members in ASB.
What I like about the school most is that my teachers love me and want to help me do better to go to college.
They have a really good basketball team.
Although I could go on for days about what is right about Beverly, what is actually right about Beverly is Mr. Carey's K-Bev class, and it gives students the opportunity to go from not being knowledgeable about anything in TVs and then to be a fully prepared student for college in media and television majors.
What I like about Beverly is that there is a range of students that you can find your clique or your group in.
It's so easy to find help whenever you need help.
My favorite part about Beverly is the people here, because when I moved here everybody was really welcoming.
There is a wide range of options for a student who does or doesn't know what he or she wants to do, and everyone in the student body is very inclusive.
It's all the enthusiastic people, ready to learn, people walking around, all the rigid people walking around, very excited to learn in class, and enthusiastic to have a positive impact on the school.
You could do whatever you want, whenever you want, and no one ever has anything to say about it.
What's right about Beverly is that it's not only a good school, it can get you to a good college, but it's also a fun place for the students and the teachers to bond and get along.
What's right about Beverly is our electives. They make career dreams a reality.
What's right about Beverly? Well, everything, but if I had to pick one, it would be how our swim gym is a frickin' transformer.
What's right about Beverly for me is K-Bev, because I've learned so much through being a part of this elective, and it's also opened up so many opportunities for me, like going to SkillsUSA, and I just placed first in state with my team, and I've learned so much, and I'm so excited to spend the rest of my years at Beverly in K-Bev.
What's right about Beverly is all the amazing programs offered here like K-Bev and robotics.
What's right about Beverly are the connections that you're able to make with the other students, and it's especially through K-Bev that you're able to meet quality people that have the same interests as you.
All the opportunities that are available to you at Beverly, definitely through Cindy Dubin and all the amazing people like our college counselors.
What's definitely right about Beverly is all the people here and how many friends you can make. I've definitely learned a lot about myself through all the different people and different interests they've had. And so I think I'll carry that with me for the rest of my life.
What's right about Beverly? The floors. We have some of the best floors I've ever seen. I mean, god damn, those are some amazing floors. I haven't seen floors in Beverly, I haven't seen floors like that in my entire life. Yeah, that's what's right about it.
Out. We're gonna make sure that this is on. Yeah, we are on. We are on. Yep. So we're gonna start. We're gonna take our way over here. We're gonna show what's happening. We're gonna walk. It's been an amazing night. I mean, it's about 8:15 now. So we see. Oh, we're gonna go this way. So
we're gonna follow that camera down. You know what's really cool is the amount of energy that all the students put out tonight to make this work, and
definitely
you got a really good sense, I think, of what the activity was here at Open House, and the enthusiasm, the energy. It worked out really well.
There was so many different programs here, so many different clubs we got to check out. There's so much that Beverly has to offer, and I think this was just a great time to take a look at all of it.
You know, I was surprised when we talked to the principal. He just rattled off one program after another, which is impressive in itself, but the fact that they're working so well, all the programs are working so well, and the students are producing so much learning, results, energy, all of that, very effective.
It's and then also not only that, but looking back at our past so many years of being 50th anniversary of K-Bev, it's amazing. We've done so much. We've done amazing things here. Yeah. And I'm lucky that we were able to be a part of it at this point.
Open House has always been kind of the pinnacle of what the students have been able to do, you know, over the course of a year.
Thank you very much. And we push the boundaries every year. We do something new. We like to change it up, and this year was a great way of really revealing how much we do to make sure that it's happening.
And like I say, it's so different from what we were able to do 12, 15 years ago. The result is just a total changeover. It's really something.
And we have all the journalists behind us. I have to say they did an amazing job tonight. You guys did fantastic. This would not have been possible without not only the journalists, the tech side. They do so much to make sure that the show comes out like it did. This was a 2-hour show. We're hitting on 2 hours and 22 minutes. It's been.
And I really need to say that this is students doing this. It's not. We didn't come in all through the years when we did Open House. I would stay back and just find out what the kids were planning to do for Open House. It's the same thing. They figure it out and they make it work as best they can. Sometimes it's better than others, but you always get something solid out of it.
Of course, and you saw a few technical difficulties throughout this, but I think you did. I saw learning. You saw learning. You're right. It's a great way to put it. We were all able to take out so much, and we hope you really enjoyed taking a look at inside of K-Bev, looking at our past 50 years, amazing 50 years we've had here, and the past, the evolution of Beverly High and everything it has come to be. So we're gonna get them. We're gonna go to the control room soon. But Mr. Stiles, do you have any final things you want to talk to us about?
Wow, only that I'm glad that this is still going on. Every time I come in, I'm still doing wiring and I'm still doing repairs, and it's still exciting to come in. I've been in this building now. This is my 58th year here. Wait, no, 48th. Sorry. I kick ahead. 58 years I've been in this building, 48 years I've been in this building, and it's still exciting. It's still cool, and I look forward to the next one.
And Mr. Stiles, we're so lucky you're able to be with us here tonight. I'm so honored to have been able to co-host with you. It was amazing. So once again, this was the KBEV 6 open house for 2018, the 50th anniversary of KBEV, and we've got to do so much. So all in all,
join us next year when we get to do this again.
We're going to do all this again next year, so make sure you stay tuned. KBEV6, KBEV6.com. Telling us to wrap it up. We've gone over our 2-hour mark, but once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Noah Danesh. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.